Greetings, gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. I am Uncle Makara. All relations. Today we're talking about the real flex. The real flex is a spiritual one. I don't know if you knew this. Okay. Now, of course, you've been brainwashed. You must do something to have something and then be something. But this backwards formula is what keeps you exhausted and keeps you stuck out of the zone, out of the flow. Work harder to earn more, right? But in truth, 99.9965% of reality is invisible, right? There's only so much visible light. And if you only take physical action without focusing on the energetic cause, you'll just keep recreating the same struggles. So it's not about trying harder, it's about tuning into the inner world first and foremost. Okay, this is what we're doing here at Primal Sutra. You don't manifest from effort alone, you manifest from your alignment. And when you become that version of yourself that's already abundant, already loving, already wise, already free, why would you need to brag about it? You see what I'm saying? So actually bragging and being braggadocious about things is actually holding you back. And I never really got this, I grew up listening to hip hop and rap, where every single rapper is cocky as fuck, braggadocious as fuck, flashy. But then I started to understand something. Is that guided by their intuition? Or their desperation and validation and insecurity? If they're doing it from a place of exploration, of play, of having fun and enjoying their lives, it changes everything. But if they're just chasing the bag, right? You can't outrun your frequency, but you can rise above it. So you cannot become more spiritual. You already are spiritual. You just have to bring your awareness back to that and amplify the already existing spirituality that is within you. So the biggest flex is not your bank account, not your body count, not the number of countries you've flown to, not because you have a blue check mark. It's the stillness in your nervous system before chaos hits. It's walking into a room full of egos and not needing to prove a damn thing. You want that real spiritual power? Try forgiving someone who never said sorry to you. Ooh, I think the real flex is emotional sovereignty. When your mood isn't at the mercy of the algorithm, the market, or somebody else's unhealed wounds. As others around you are hustling for clout, you keep moving in alignment, my friend. You bend timelines with your embodiment. You alchemize your pain into wisdom. And most importantly, your peace isn't a vibe. It's your default setting. And that's not soft at all. That's mastery. The kind of flex that can't be faked, and that leaves every soul that you meet a little bit more awakened, just a little bit, right? Even if it's 1%, I'm happy. Because a person who's ready for enlightenment isn't afraid of their sensations anymore. Fear, grief, rage. Instead, they feel them all and remain open. It's not a method. It's a lifestyle of being love, even in the face of contraction or resistance. Being the flow, even when there's fear all around. You must overcome the world not by avoiding it, but by facing it. If you're still afraid of this life, you haven't faced your shadows. Your financial fears, your desire to be seen, or your unwillingness to express your power or anger. You're ready for the next real thing. You've heard the term merit, perhaps, through many different places. I got these downloads today from Horus, Heru, from Padmasambhava, as well as Janus, who is the Roman god of doorways. So all three of these guides combined this tech for me and made me understand. Janus has been talking about how merit earns you flow state, and he's been talking about this with me since like 2 years back even. What is merit though? Merit is happiness, right? In the Dhammapada it says when a person performs a good deed, they should do it again and again, taking joy in it. Because merit is a synonym for joy. You know when you do good for others, for yourself, right? But then you're not just doing it for a specific group of people or like these two people over here who are my besties. You're doing it for everybody. Everybody's coming with me. I'm going to enlighten in this lifetime and everybody's coming with me. Let's go. That's that bodhicitta energy. That means if you're truly happy, I mean truly happy, not fleeting pleasure, hedonic happiness, but that inner contentment, that's when you cultivate merit through your wholesome actions of body, speech, and mind. It's like stacking invisible karma points that level up your soul lifetime after lifetime. So think of it like your spiritual XP, right? Every time you do something good for others, you help someone, you're calm instead of snapping at someone, you're maybe meditating, you're learning something deep. It requires three things: generosity, meditation, and ethics. Generosity is give like you got it even if you don't. Give like you got it even if you don't. That's generosity, right? Wow, a flock of birds just flew outside my window. It's the giving heart that makes you rich, right? It's not the go-getter, it's the go-giver. Ethics, sila, right? Don't be a punk, right? Don't be an idiot. Live clean, no shady moves, no fake flexes, just you being you. Meditation, train your mind like a muscle, okay? You're only gonna improve your mind by staying present with your mind, by meditating, okay? The focus, chill, expand, okay? That's inner God mode. You gotta do this. This is the process. The biggest savage twist is, the biggest way to gain merit is to give it away, right? It's like, what? Yeah, that's right. You dedicate your good vibes to everybody, right? Not just your dad or mom, not just your crush. All beings are coming with me. Think of it like a prayer bomb that you're just sending throughout the multiverse of this love and compassion, right? It's interesting, in the Dragon Ball Z, they call it spirit bomb, right? It's kind of like that. Merit is like that. It's not some dusty monk thing. It is spiritual momentum. The high frequency armor that protects your peace, boosts your intuition, and rewires your fate. So stop doom scrolling and go do something beautiful. Stack your merit like your soul depends on it. Now maybe you've grown up in this culture that's indoctrinating you, making you brag a lot, making you show off. But really you feel empty inside. You don't feel complete. You want that validation. You want people to acknowledge you and appreciate you, right? You want to feel accepted, right? But why haven't you given that to yourself? Why haven't you accepted yourself fully? Why are there still one or two things where you're like, yeah, but I hate that about me, right? I do that all the time. I'm such a loser. I'm doing this like this, right? You're speaking bad to yourself. But when you can recognize and catch that inner critic, right, and raise the frequency of that inner critic, guess what happens, right? When you raise the frequency of it, the voice pitch also alters, right? You get a rise, right? You know, when I think of EFT or like tapping, which is something that I do all the time, I've noticed that with the tapping technology, right, it's like kind of like pressing a button, right? Like, ooh, what does this button do, right? So once you're tapping, sort of like you're pressing a button for release. Be so rooted in God and Source that nothing external can shake your internal. But we do this to ourselves all the time because we have a big ego, right? But this is why many people have Kundalini psychosis too. It's like they have let their ego run their awakening for them. Are we getting this, guys? Like, you're not in your humility, in your heart space, trying to activate Kundalini. You're probably taking some psychedelic. You're probably following a weird, method. You're probably going to Dr. Joe event. You're doing something that's gonna, you're trying to fast forward through the process. Whereas this is a long journey, man. This is a lifetime. And you've done this for lifetimes. And the reason you have such good luck is because of your past merit from your past lives. So why wouldn't you continue the work for your future lives? It's like, that gives me so much energy, right? Vivacity, vitality. To know that I just don't have this life. I have many lives to come. And so I will make sure that all future versions of me are going to be blessed with that merit. Spiritual flexing is the best kind, right? Being spiritually untouchable in all realms, Vajramaxing, that's how we got to do it. And honestly, the seeker must stop hiding in their philosophies and face the human, the messy human, head on. Once you become deeply honest and you stop waiting for the world to validate you, enlightenment now becomes the most grounded unity with reality itself. What if gravity was grounded unity instead, right? Kind of a different perspective from Abhinav Gupta. So start your spiritual flex. I'm not talking about like, you know, look at all my crystals, bro, right? That's not what I'm talking about. Spiritual flex, you don't even have to say anything because you're just enjoying life. Your vitality, your aura, your vibration, it speaks for you already. You don't need to prove that because you are that. Do you notice the people who are the most sigma and the most alpha, they don't talk about it? Do you realize the best leaders in the world, they don't mention that I'm the best leader in the world, I'm doing this. They're just doing it, right? They're just in it. Sometimes we talk about what we lack a lot, right? You're thinking about and talking about what you lack a lot. But what if that was in abundance secretly to you? What if you didn't even know that that was in abundance, okay? And maybe the thing that you're seeking for isn't really in that thing. There's fleeting pleasures, but then so what? You see, are you going to keep living your life in that fleeting pleasure, or are you actually going to build something sustainable? Create some eudaimonia, some long-lasting happiness, right? Where you're building something. So build and destroy. You know, I saw this thing from this African-American, I guess, group of scholars or whatever they're called. All right, guys, I just found the scene, okay? So the phrase is, what's today's mathematics, comes from the 5% Nation. It's a cultural movement that emphasizes self-knowledge, spiritual awareness, and daily growth in a system called supreme mathematics, right? So when he says build, destroy, they're referring to the dual actions of creating and elevating oneself and others while also removing negativity that threatens that growth, right? And so to build means to raise the consciousness of yourself and those around you, starting with knowledge as the foundation and then adding on until you reach your highest potential. Destroying in this context isn't about harm, it's about eliminating harmful thoughts, energy, and influences that disturb your peace or block your progress. The cipher represents your personal space or life circle, and keeping it in supreme harmony means protecting it from negativity. When someone ends with peace, God, it's a respectful acknowledgement of the divine potential within the other person.
Today's mathematics. Hey, yo, no disrespect, but we ain't in all of that, son. Build, destroy. To build is to elevate the mentalities of self and those around self. To add positive energy to every nation. To build, you must first start from the root, which is the knowledge foundation, and add on to the highest peak. To destroy is to eliminate and destroy any and all negativity that enters my cipher of supreme harmony. Peace, God. Peace, God.
Peace, gods and goddesses. Much love to all of you. Thank you so much for listening. Hope this gave you a new perspective on the spiritual flex, which doesn't really need to be spoken about, but it's felt for sure. Okay, let's get it. Upward Spiral Gang. May we never be the same again. Peace and love. Upward Spiral Gang gang. Let's win. Boom.